Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, I'll be taking you through another horrifying situation. Our tale today is about a strong woman who, in an instant, lost it all and made a decision that profoundly altered her family's way of life. This narrative will serve as a timely reminder to all of us of the need of treating our own and our loved ones' mental health with respect and the need to speak up when things in life don't turn out the way we had hoped. Georgia's largest city and capital, Atlanta, will be on our itinerary. Giants such as Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines have contributed to the growth of this bustling, dynamic tourist destination. Around 9 o'clock on November 6, 2021, a man contacted 911 to report hearing multiple gunshots and loud screaming coming from a neighbor's residence. After racing to the scene, police officers went inside the house. A woman and a man were discovered dead on the ground. The police started looking into the incident after inspecting the scene. Ronell and Kiana Burns were the murdered spouses. But why and by whom would someone seek to murder a married couple? The family resided in a spacious house in Gwinnett County's most ethnically varied county. Everything was still in its original location, giving the impression that the house had not been broken into. However, the hint to this double crime was discovered extremely fast. Together, let's go back in time to the Burns family's past, sort of like watching a movie backwards, to discover the real reason behind the tragic event. On September 15, 1977, Kiana was born in St. Louis, Missouri. After graduating from Riverview Gardens High School, she went on to major in cosmetology at St. Louis Community College in Florissant Valley, where she quickly started establishing her own business career. Kiana created a well-liked beauty salon of her own. The girl put a lot of effort into her career since she aspired to live a life of luxury and wealth. Her considerable time investment in the business paid dividends. With perseverance and diligence over the next 2 decades, Kiana made it into one of the biggest beauty salons in the St. Louis region. But things were not always easy in a young, intelligent woman's personal life. Strong, affluent, and driven, Kiana found it extremely challenging to locate a deserving partner. She had 3 children from other relationships in her 44 years of age, whom Kiana cherished dearly. She was a wonderful and devoted mother, according to her family. She was a great friend, a successful businesswoman, and someone who understood how to encourage women. When Kiana Burns met Ronell Burns, her future husband, she had it all. On May 14, 1975, Ronell Burns was born in St. Louis, Missouri. In 1994, Ronell received his diploma from the High School of Fashion. He participated in the basketball team and helped them win a state title. He had a strong sense of drive and ambition, loved to be competitive, and constantly aimed for excellence. He had 2 children of his own from a prior relationship when he met Kiana. Thus, fate united 2 aspirational and accomplished individuals, and they went on to build a brand new, thriving family. Their official wedding day was September 13, 2012, and they had a stunning celebration with lots of family and friends in attendance. But shortly after the wedding, Kiana started to see new aspects of her chosen one. It came to light that Ronell had vowed to follow Jesus Christ from a young age and desired to begin carrying out the Lord's work. He started helping everyone he could, including strangers he encountered on the street. Ronell set up his own website where he started giving sermons and coaching. Ronell stated that early in life, God talked to him and gave him instructions to help others. In a call, someone said, "He can call everyone sometimes, but only he can let things happen in life." Ronell carried on with his work in ministry. On the internet, his video messages gained a lot of popularity. Apart from his remarkable career as a church coach, Ronell also held positions as an insurance agent and financial counselor. With the goal of assisting people worldwide in achieving financial independence, he founded Traditional Financial Solutions. Ronell had great success in his commercial ventures, humanitarian endeavors, and public speaking engagements. Kiana gave her hubby support. Together, they became well known on the internet since Ronell was already well known for being a coach and leader in the online business program 6-Figure Ambition. He had a channel with instructional videos on YouTube and has 2,000 subscribers in addition to his over 7,000 Instagram followers. Ronell and Kiana Burns combined their commercial acumen with their familial ties. Together, they had dreams and ultimately produced something amazing that moved thousands of people. Speaking at business gatherings, Kiana was well known for providing advice and motivation on achieving success. She also shared reflections on her family life and motivational sayings with her 14,000 Instagram followers. The lovely couple appeared in front of their audience in one of the well-known video messages, all clad in brand names. They discussed the benefits of business in their life, as well as the lives of thousands of subscribers. The duo made it clear in their loud speech that their goal is to teach their audience how to start and grow a profitable business. It was time to stop building other people's enterprises. The Burns family aimed to impart to aspiring business owners the importance of investing their money wisely in order to create new revenue rather than frittering it all away. The Burnses believe in everyone who believes in them, was the speech's parting message. And the idea is that you don't need to start off exceptionally talented. You must begin your journey to greatness. They have drawn in new pupils and subscribers by never hiding their opulent lifestyle and instead displaying it in public. But only Kiana has followed the route that Ronell has detailed again and time again in the Burns family. She has put a lot of effort into creating and running a whole network of salons by herself. During their coaching session, Kiana was a prosperous insurance agent in addition to owning multiple salons. Kiana's business was the primary source of the family's income. As a result of Ronell's persistent efforts to hold a winning spot, a picture of an affluent family dressed only in designer clothing was created. Every day, images from the top eateries were released. However, wealthy and successful people moved forward without stopping to speak, and the underprivileged people kept believing the Burns family speeches. He drew a lot of interest from the outside world by telling enticing tales of making large sums of money with solely the advice of his mentor Ronell, since everyone wants to be wealthy. Ronell Burns set out to create a business with six-figure goals. As he mentioned in every interview, it offered them the chance to build their own legacy and keep adding to their capital. For a considerable amount of time, Kiana and her companions believed that the Burnses were a close-knit family. However, Ronell proposed that Kiana relocate from her hometown and favorite city of St. Louis to Atlanta. Ray, Haley, Makey, and Rhea were their three children united by then. People looked up to Ronell and Kiana Burns because they were well known in their careers and inspirational parents to their kids. The relocation to Atlanta was unavoidable. They intended to grow their company. Ronell had owned his wife's company and had aspirations of growing it. For him, 3 beauty salons in St. Louis was insufficient anymore. The aspirational Ronell desired to grow his clientele and start a network of salons in Atlanta. Although Kiana was hesitant to leave St. Louis, she once more caved to her husband's demands and went along with him in public. Kiana Burns depicted her life in a positive light. She shared a photo of herself with her spouse giving her a luxury Maserati Levant on social media. She also posted pictures of her trunk brimming with Louis Vuitton purses. Her husband was thanked and expressed admiration in the caption of each of these posts. However, Kiana frequently dedicated her Instagram page to her cherished family and kids, just like any other blogger. The woman eventually lost patience with it and told her audience that not everything in their family is as perfect as it seems. As it happened, the couple was about to file for divorce. Kiana was abandoned in a large, foreign city where she had to start over after relocating to Atlanta. She admitted to her subscribers in a video message that it had been difficult for her to make the decision to move and get used to a new place and people. During her Facebook live stream, she remarked that you had to be prepared for changes in your life. Your life can actually take a turn for the better or worse overnight. Certain things can break you if you don't think you're a strong enough person. She said to her followers that she was going through a tough moment and needed their help. Kiana acknowledged that her favorite subscribers, who have been there quite a bit lately, are what help her get through the bad days. Nobody could have known, on the outside, that they were this close to filing for divorce. Ronell was forced to address the audience live on television. After this disclosure alarmed the subscribers. He disclosed that they had made the decision to file for divorce 7 months prior. Once more, his remarks sounded like a business plan. She's getting old on me. In addition to declaring our divorce, we will still work together to run our firm moving forward. We've handled one another. Although we've both reached this decision, let's not push ourselves too hard and lament. Everything around us won't change. We removed the paper and drew a line along the center of it. That is how we have agreed to divide up the business. However, bloggers only tell their audience happy stories for obvious reasons. Speaking about shortcomings is tantamount to losing faith in the Burns family's case, their prestige which has been gained over time. But since the family was well known, it soon came to light that their opulent lifestyle was merely a social media post. In his haste to become well known, Ronell soon wasted every penny Kiana got from beauty parlors. However, he did not stop there, and within a few years, the Burns family owed more than $500,000 to different institutions. It goes without saying that the financial troubles and relocation to a foreign city peaked. Kiana Burns went live and spoke with her followers on the eve of the tragedy. When she went live, she pleaded with her followers to pray for her strength since she struggled to maintain relationships with friends and family and to take care of her kids. Kiana discussed how her life had changed and how, just 5 or 6 months prior, she and her husband had relocated to Atlanta in order to grow their business in the Post. "I tell you that things can change and take you away if you don't pray and maintain your faith," the writer said in her letter. She also mentioned the possibility of finding a loving support system that will listen to you and offer advice on issues you're finding difficult to move past. Because when we let things happen by happenstance, we begin to think for ourselves and end up making poor choices. She noted at the conclusion of her lecture that life's changes are not always easy. It can be quite challenging to learn about new situations and people, especially when friends and family are not around to assist you. The woman also disclosed that she is addressing mental health issues and concerns that she has the strength to face life's obstacles. But did the family's imbalance stem mostly from the move? Kiana did not mention in that speech that Ronald's repeated infidelity and promiscuity, which were always hidden under their joyful Instagram lives, were the true source of their breakup. But the same evening, she uploaded a new video showing herself dancing happily at home with one of her daughters. After several hours, the unimaginable occurred. Ronald and Kiana argued for a while. Then she reached for a gun, shot him, then shot herself. The Burns residence was initially called by the authorities. Neighbors gathered outside and reported hearing gunshots coming from inside by the time police arrived. The investigation's preliminary findings showed that Ronald Burns had shot himself. But it soon became clear that a lady had made the decision after seeing Kiana's bloody body and revolver in the adjacent room. Although the motivation was obvious, several individuals asserted that Kiana felt compelled to kill her husband after learning he was unfaithful to her. According to a different account, Ronald was a typical scam artist who cheated on her, and the pair was deeply in debt. Those who had faith in this family probed deeply into their lives to find the truth. Ronald's ex-wife turned up some extremely damaging information. She stated that she discovered Ronald was a chronic, habitual cheater during her divorce process. He failed to maintain employment during that time and was incredibly careless with his wife's money, which finally resulted in bankruptcy and a damaged credit history for his now ex-wife. Then he got to know Kiana. Since she was a successful professional woman, Ronald was truly very interested in her. She was drawn to Ronald's self-assurance and swagger in return. Although Ronald's experience and Kiana's wealth appeared to be a successful combination, their expectations were not fulfilled, and all of their business ventures ultimately failed. Kiana's beauty salon was the only one that survived, and ever since then, Ronald made a concerted effort to convince everyone of his success as a businessman, even though he was not receiving any money. Through constant displays of their ostentatious purchases on social media, the family was able to conceal the true situation and their extreme financial hardship. Additionally, they took care to conceal their relationship's issues beneath happy pictures of one another. Ronald kept posting updates on his business ventures on his account, asserting that he is successful and profitable at everything he does. The Burns couple demonstrated their piety as Christians by including passages from the Bible and other sacred texts that complemented each speech's theme in their posts. The couple also shared pictures of their opulent home on social media, providing the world with a detailed look at their wealth and family. But in actuality, all of these pictures, which they displayed at parties in front of cars, at their house, or while on vacation, were only covers and shows. Ronald was employed by an American insurance firm that defrauded middle-class and lower-class households of their money. To improve his standing, the guy even attempted to enlist the help of friends and family, but Ronald was unable to maintain himself because he was not paid enough for his work at the company. Themselves persisted in persuading everyone in their vicinity that both the new company and themselves were prosperous business owners. They were so conceited that they created a television show called Meet the Burns centered around themselves. Their ambition to live a luxury lifestyle, and to feel like someone they actually weren't, was the first thing they did with all the money they supposedly made. Their indiscretion ultimately caused them to become bankrupt. Thus, Kiana and Ronald Burns officially filed for bankruptcy on December 19, 2019. In order to pay off their creditors, the couple was forced to dispose part of their assets. Even though Ronald and Kiana's lives were being affected by this, they persisted in acting as though nothing was wrong. They went on to present themselves as a prosperous family and prosperous businessmen. But it was becoming increasingly difficult to do so in St. Lewis, so Ronel felt his family ought to relocate to a larger city so he could carry on conniving more people without being caught. This turned into just another poor choice made by him. The family's sole source of income was still their successful business. Regretfully, Kiana consented to the relocation once more, following her husband's lead. Kiana had a hard time adjusting to Atlanta. She was already aware of her husband's serial infidelity. The woman had had enough of being silent and patient. They decided to get a divorce together. However, Ronel stated in divorce documents dated October 10, 2021, that his wife's adultery was the cause of their split. Although Kiana was devastated, she could see why, since friends and relatives were unaware of the couple's struggles. In an attempt to protect his reputation, Ronel kept the facts from the public. 10 days after Ronel filed for divorce, on October 20th, Kiana appeared live on television to discuss a far more serious topic. Her usually beaming smile had given way to a worried and dejected frown. Con artist Ronel Burns had remarried the wealthy and successful Kiana after divorcing his first wife, and by projecting a picture of himself as a devoted guru, he appeared to have reformed and become a trustworthy man. But in truth, he had remained the same, preying on the confidence and financial support of his new bride by pretending to be a prosperous businessman. The seemingly ideal union had come to an end. On November 9th, 2021, Kiana Burns, 44, shot and killed Ronel Burns, 46, before turning the gun on herself and taking her own life. Although no one was home when the couple was murdered. According to the Sandy Springs Police Department, 8 children were left behind and will now grow up without parents. The family's Atlanta house had no history of domestic abuse, according to the police. A few weeks after pleading with her Facebook friends to pray for her, Kiana Burns committed this. It's unclear why Kiana Burns made this choice. What drove the determined woman to take such a bold step can only be surmised. It is clear that, given a challenging situation at the time, she could only see one such path out. She turned inside due to unresolved personal issues. She was sick and tired of pretending to be happy when she wasn't. They had presented themselves as joyful during their entire relationship. But then, this family was all a joke and a farce. Everything at all. Kiana has had enough of lying. It's difficult to condemn someone who suffers from depression or other crippling mental illnesses, but it's also difficult to comprehend why so many children are abandoned and forced to fend for themselves in this world. The renowned couple's wide circle of friends and colleagues has been informed of their passing. Social media users have been made aware of Ronel Burns and his wife Kiana's passing extensively. A lot of friends and fans described the pair with regrets. Those who knew the couple well gave tributes. Even those who were quite close to the couple were unaware of the true nature of the family until the very end, as evidenced by a post made by a family friend. The most insecure people are typically the ones that felt the need to show off their wealth and accomplishment, like Ronel Burns did. He became so engrossed in his own convictions that he confused his feeling of importance with his sense of self-worth. He was able to destroy the lives of several hardworking and prosperous women by pretending to engage in turbulent activities. Such individuals lack both pride and respect. He is merely a common con artist who has brought his wife to their knees. But where does such a man get his arrogance from? Because it is common knowledge that women fall in love with men and long for an everlasting relationship, he tricked them into believing in lovely fairy tales of success and happiness that could only come from being with him. Will you say, subscribers? Who is telling the complete truth to subscribers? They are strangers, but they always paint a lovely picture for them. However, keep in mind that even a stunning image that appears on the front of the paper has a backside which you alone will determine what it is. I appreciate you all watching, folks. Please subscribe to my channel.